I guess you could say we were the galactic equivalent of hillbillies. Living on a backwater planet, tucked away in an obscure corner of the Milky Way. Earth. It wasn't much to look at, not through the eyes of the Galactic Council, anyway. When the Council's envoys first visited, their sleek ships descended like shimmering silver teardrops, a stark contrast to our clunky, fossil-fueled contraptions. They emerged in their shimmering robes, faces etched with thinly veiled disdain. They'd come bearing a message: Earth had been selected for evaluation as a potential member of the Galactic Federation. An honor, they'd said, although their tone suggested otherwise. I was there that day, just a kid, peeking from behind my father's legs. I'd never seen anything like them before, tall, slender figures with skin the color of polished copper, eyes like pools of liquid silver. They spoke in a language I couldn't understand, but their translators whirred and clicked, spitting out a crude approximation of our own tongue. Their leader, an imposing figure named Xerxes, addressed the gathered crowd, his voice echoing across the plaza. He spoke of the Federation's noble goals, of galactic unity and prosperity. He painted a picture of a future where Earthlings would stand shoulder to shoulder with the galaxy's elite, sharing in the spoils of a vast interstellar civilization. But there was a catch, of course. Earth had to prove its worth. We had to demonstrate that we weren't just a bunch of primitive, resource-poor bumpkins, clinging to a rock in the middle of nowhere. Xerxes and his entourage spent weeks scrutinizing our planet, poking and prodding at our technology, our culture, our very way of life. They visited our factories, our laboratories, our universities. They interviewed our scientists, our artists, our politicians. I watched them from afar, my heart pounding in my chest. I knew what they were thinking. I could see it in their eyes, the subtle sneers, the barely suppressed laughter. They thought we were a joke. They thought we were nothing. And to be honest, who could blame them? Our cities were polluted, our oceans choked with plastic, our forests ravaged by wildfires. Our economies were in shambles, our governments corrupt, our people divided. We were a mess, a planetary train wreck. When the Council's envoys finally departed, they left behind a sense of foreboding. We knew their verdict was not going to be favorable. Weeks turned into months, and the silence from the Council grew deafening. We waited with bated breath, hoping against hope that they'd seen something, anything, that would redeem us in their eyes. But when the message finally arrived, it was a curt, dismissive rejection. Earth, they declared, was not ready to join the Galactic Federation. We lacked the technological sophistication, the cultural maturity, the sheer resources necessary to be a contributing member of their esteemed organization. The news hit us like a punch to the gut. Our leaders were despondent, our scientists dispirited, our people demoralized. We'd been dismissed, cast aside like a broken toy. The dream of joining the galactic community, of escaping our dreary little planet, had been shattered. For years, we wallowed in self-pity. We blamed ourselves, we blamed the Council, we blamed the universe. We retreated into our shells, convinced that we were doomed to a life of obscurity and insignificance. But even in the darkest of times, life finds a way. A glimmer of hope emerged from an unlikely source, a young scientist named Anya Petrova. She was a brilliant mind, a maverick, a woman who refused to be bound by the limitations of conventional thinking. Anya had a theory, a radical one, that challenged everything we thought we knew about our planet. She believed that Earth wasn't as resource-poor as we'd been led to believe. Anya's research focused on a strange phenomenon she'd discovered deep within the Earth's crust, a vast network of interconnected crystalline structures, pulsing with an energy unlike anything we'd ever encountered. She called it Gaia, after the ancient Greek goddess of the earth. At first, Anya's colleagues dismissed her findings as pure fantasy. But she persisted, conducting clandestine experiments, gathering data, building a case for her theory. She risked her career, her reputation, even her freedom, to pursue her research. And then, one fateful day, she made a breakthrough. Anya discovered that Gaia wasn't just a source of energy, it was a living, breathing entity, a consciousness that permeated every corner of the planet. It was the reason for Earth's unique biodiversity, its resilient ecosystems, its seemingly endless supply of natural resources. Gaia, Anya realized, was our planet's greatest treasure, a gift that we'd never truly appreciated. With this newfound knowledge, Anya set out to convince the world of Gaia's existence. She published her findings, presented her data, spoke to anyone who would listen. But her efforts were met with skepticism, ridicule, even hostility. The scientific community, still reeling from the Council's rejection, was in no mood to entertain such outlandish ideas. But Anya wouldn't be deterred. She knew that the stakes were too high, that the fate of Earth hung in the balance. She organized a team of like-minded scientists, engineers, and activists, determined to prove the world wrong. They called themselves the Gaia Guardians, and their mission was to awaken humanity to the true potential of their planet. The Gaia Guardians faced an uphill battle. They were up against powerful forces, vested interests that profited from the exploitation of Earth's resources. They were threatened, intimidated, even attacked, but they refused to back down. They organized protests, conducted research, spread their message through underground networks. And slowly but surely, their efforts began to bear fruit. People started to listen, to question, to doubt the official narrative. A groundswell of support for the Gaia Guardians began to emerge, fueled by a growing sense of outrage and indignation. The Council, meanwhile, remained blissfully unaware of the brewing revolution on Earth. They'd written us off as a lost cause, a primitive civilization unworthy of their attention. They were too busy squabbling amongst themselves, jockeying for power and influence, to notice the subtle shift in the galactic winds. But that was about to change. For the Gaia Guardians had a plan, a bold and audacious plan, to reveal the truth to the Galactic Council once and for all. They would use Gaia's energy to send a message that would echo across the stars, a message that would shake the very foundations of the Galactic Federation. Under the cloak of night, in a hidden laboratory nestled deep within the Earth's crust, the Gaia Guardians gathered for the final phase of their plan. Anya stood at the center of a massive crystalline chamber, her face illuminated by the soft glow of Gaia's energy. The air thrummed with anticipation as she raised her hands, her fingers tracing intricate patterns in the air. The crystals around her began to resonate, their light growing brighter with each passing moment. A low hum filled the chamber, building in intensity until it reached a crescendo. Anya's voice, amplified by the crystals, echoed through the subterranean labyrinth. Gaia, she intoned, her words filled with reverence and awe, we call upon you, our mother, our protector, our source of life. We ask for your guidance, your strength, your wisdom. Lend us your voice, that we may speak to the stars. The crystals pulsed with a blinding light, and a wave of energy surged through the chamber. The Gaia Guardians braced themselves as their surroundings dissolved into a kaleidoscope of colors and patterns. When the light subsided, they found themselves standing on a vast, ethereal plain, bathed in the soft glow of a nebula. Before them, a shimmering portal materialized, its surface rippling like a pool of liquid starlight. Anya stepped forward, her heart pounding in her chest. She took a deep breath and entered the portal, followed closely by her companions. They emerged in a grand chamber, its walls adorned with intricate carvings and shimmering mosaics. Seated on a raised dais, surrounded by a retinue of advisors and dignitaries, was Xerxes, the leader of the Galactic Council. He looked up, startled, as the Gaia Guardians materialized before him. Anya addressed him in a clear, confident voice. Xerxes, she said, we are the Gaia Guardians of Earth, and we have come to present you with a gift. She gestured towards her companions, who held aloft a series of crystalline orbs, each one pulsing with Gaia's energy. As they approached the dais, the orbs began to project images onto the chamber walls, breathtaking vistas of Earth's natural wonders, lush forests teeming with life, crystal-clear oceans teeming with vibrant coral reefs, majestic mountains reaching towards the heavens. The council members gasped in astonishment. They had never seen Earth like this before. They had been blinded by their preconceived notions, their arrogance, their greed. They had dismissed Earth as a barren wasteland, a planet devoid of value. But now, they saw the truth. Earth was a paradise, a treasure trove of natural resources and biodiversity, a planet brimming with untapped potential. Xerxes, his face pale with shock, rose from his seat. This is impossible, he stammered. Earth, it cannot be. Anya smiled, a triumphant glint in her eye. It is possible, she said. And it is real. This is Gaia, the living consciousness of our planet. She is the source of our strength, our resilience, our hope. And she has a message for you. The orbs flickered, and Anya's voice echoed through the chamber. We are Gaia, she said, her words imbued with the power and majesty of the earth itself. We have watched you from afar, observed your actions, your decisions. We have seen your greed, your arrogance, your disregard for the sanctity of life. But we have also seen your potential, your capacity for good, your desire for unity. We offer you a choice: continue down the path of destruction, and face the consequences, or embrace a new path, a path of cooperation, of mutual respect, of sustainable development. The choice is yours. But remember, the fate of not only Earth, but the entire galaxy, hangs in the balance. As the last echoes of Gaia's message faded, a hush fell over the chamber. The council members looked at each other, their faces etched with a mixture of awe, shame, and fear. Xerxes, his composure shattered, sank back into his seat, his eyes wide with disbelief. The Gaia Guardians stood tall, their mission accomplished. They had shown the Galactic Council the truth, and now it was up to them to decide the fate of their civilization. As they turned to leave, a single tear rolled down Anya's cheek. It was a tear of joy, of relief, of hope. For she knew that, no matter what the Council decided, Earth would never be the same again. The Gaia Guardians' bold move had not only exposed Earth's true wealth but revealed a deeper truth. The Galactic Council, for all its advanced technology and supposed wisdom, was deeply flawed. Their arrogance and short-sightedness had blinded them to the true potential of the galaxy, and their obsession with power and control had led them down a dangerous path. As the Gaia Guardians made their way back to Earth, a wave of change swept across the Galactic Council. The revelation of Earth's true nature and Gaia's powerful message had sparked a crisis of conscience among the Council members. Debates raged, alliances shifted, and old assumptions were challenged. Xerxes, once a figure of unwavering authority, found himself increasingly isolated. His dismissive attitude towards Earth had been exposed as a grave error, and his leadership was called into question. A faction within the Council, led by a young, idealistic diplomat named Elara, seized upon the opportunity to push for reform. Elara, unlike many of her colleagues, had always been fascinated by Earth. She had devoured reports and studies about the planet, intrigued by its unique biodiversity and resilient ecosystems. She saw in Earth a potential ally, a partner in the quest for a more sustainable and harmonious galactic civilization. With Xerxes' influence waning, Elara and her allies gained momentum. They called for a re-evaluation of Earth's application to join the Galactic Federation, arguing that the planet's vast resources and Gaia's wisdom could be invaluable assets to the galactic community. They proposed a new era of cooperation and understanding, based on mutual respect and shared responsibility. The Council, shaken by the recent events and sensing a shift in the political winds, agreed to reconsider Earth's membership. A delegation, led by Elara herself, was dispatched to Earth to apologize for past mistakes and to initiate a dialogue with the Gaia Guardians. Back on Earth, the Gaia Guardians were preparing for a new chapter in their history. They had proven their worth, defied the odds, and earned the respect of the galactic community. But they knew that their work was far from over. The task of protecting Gaia and promoting sustainable development would require continued vigilance and unwavering commitment. The arrival of the Council delegation, led by Elara, marked a turning point in Earth's relationship with the galactic community. Elara, with her genuine curiosity and open-mindedness, quickly established a rapport with the Gaia Guardians. She listened attentively to their concerns, learned about Gaia's wisdom, and witnessed firsthand the beauty and abundance of Earth's natural wonders. The two groups, once adversaries, found common ground in their shared desire for a better future. They worked together to develop a framework for cooperation, outlining guidelines for sustainable resource management, environmental protection, and cultural exchange. News of the Council's change of heart spread throughout the galaxy, sparking a wave of hope and optimism. Earth, once a symbol of backwardness and isolation, became a beacon of progress and possibility. Other planets, inspired by Earth's example, began to question the Council's authority and demand a greater say in their own affairs. The Galactic Federation, once a monolithic institution, was evolving into a more democratic and inclusive organization. Earth, with its newfound status and influence, played a pivotal role in this transformation. The Gaia Guardians, once a band of rebels, became respected leaders, their voices heard and their ideas valued. And so, the hillbillies of the galaxy rose from obscurity to become pioneers of a new era. They had shown the Galactic Council that true wealth lies not in material possessions or technological prowess, but in the harmony between nature and civilization. They had reminded the galaxy of the importance of humility, respect, and cooperation. The story of Earth and the Gaia Guardians became a legend, passed down from generation to generation, a reminder that even the smallest and most overlooked among us can make a difference. It was a story of hope, of resilience, of the enduring power of the human spirit. And it was just the beginning of a new chapter in the epic saga of the Milky Way. In the wake of Earth's admission to the Galactic Federation, a wave of transformation swept across the planet. No longer a backwater world, Earth became a hub of galactic activity. Sleek starships, once a rare sight, now filled the skies, their occupants eager to experience the wonders of Gaia and learn from the wisdom of the Gaia Guardians. The influx of galactic visitors brought new technologies, ideas, and cultural influences. Earth's cities, once polluted and congested, were revitalized with clean energy solutions, vertical gardens, and sustainable transportation systems. Ancient forests were restored, oceans were cleaned, and the planet's natural beauty was celebrated. But the most profound change occurred in the hearts and minds of the people. The Gaia Guardians' message of interconnectedness and respect for nature resonated deeply with Earthlings, who had long taken their planet for granted. A new sense of purpose and responsibility emerged, as people from all walks of life joined forces to protect Gaia and ensure a sustainable future. Anya Petrova, once a marginalized scientist, became a global icon, her name synonymous with hope and progress. She led the Gaia Guardians in their mission to educate and empower people, sharing their knowledge of Gaia's wisdom and advocating for sustainable practices. Earth's unique blend of natural abundance and technological innovation attracted entrepreneurs, scientists, and artists from across the galaxy. Collaborative projects flourished, as Earthlings and galactic visitors worked together to solve global challenges and explore new frontiers. One such project, spearheaded by Anya and a brilliant young engineer named Kiran Patel, focused on harnessing Gaia's energy to create a network of interplanetary portals. This ambitious endeavor, dubbed Project Gaia Link, aimed to connect Earth with other planets, facilitating trade, cultural exchange, and scientific collaboration. As Project Gaia Link progressed, Earth's influence in the Galactic Federation continued to grow. The planet's representatives, led by Elara, who had become a close friend and ally of Anya, championed policies that prioritized sustainability, diversity, and cooperation. Earth's model of harmonious coexistence with Gaia became a template for other planets struggling with environmental degradation and resource depletion. However, not everyone welcomed Earth's newfound prominence. A shadowy organization known as the Orion Syndicate, a cartel of powerful corporations and influential figures, saw Earth's Gaia-powered technologies as a threat to their dominance. They launched a disinformation campaign, spreading rumors of Gaia's instability and Earth's supposed exploitation of galactic resources. The Orion Syndicate's machinations sowed seeds of doubt and discord among the galactic community. Some planets, wary of Earth's growing influence, began to question the motives of the Gaia Guardians and their allies. Tensions rose, old prejudices resurfaced, and the fragile peace that had been established was threatened. The Gaia Guardians, faced with a new challenge, knew they could not afford to be complacent. They had to expose the Orion Syndicate's lies, protect Gaia's integrity, and preserve the hard-won unity of the Galactic Federation. A new battle was brewing, a battle for the soul of the galaxy, and Earth was at the center of it all. The hillbillies of the galaxy, once underestimated and dismissed, now stood as guardians of a new order. Their journey from obscurity to prominence had been fraught with challenges and setbacks, but their unwavering spirit and their deep connection to Gaia had carried them through. The fate of the galaxy rested on their shoulders, and they were determined to rise to the occasion, to prove once again that even the smallest among us can change the course of history. As the Orion Syndicate's sinister agenda came to light, a wave of outrage swept across the Galactic Federation. Planets that had once questioned Earth's motives now rallied to their side, recognizing the threat posed by the cartel's greed and manipulation. A coalition of planets, led by Earth and Elara, formed to counter the Syndicate's influence and protect the principles of cooperation and sustainability. The Gaia Guardians, meanwhile, launched a multi-pronged campaign to expose the Syndicate's lies and reveal their true intentions. They used their knowledge of Gaia's energy to hack into the Syndicate's communication networks, intercepting messages and uncovering evidence of their nefarious activities. They shared this information with the galactic community, galvanizing support for their cause. But the Orion Syndicate was not easily defeated. They had deep pockets, powerful allies, and a ruthless determination to maintain their grip on power. They retaliated with a series of covert attacks, targeting Earth's infrastructure and disrupting Project Gaia Link. In the midst of this escalating conflict, Anya received a cryptic message from an unknown source. It warned of a hidden weapon, a doomsday device capable of destabilizing Gaia's energy and plunging the galaxy into chaos. The message contained clues pointing to a remote planet in the Orion Nebula, a stronghold of the Syndicate. Anya, knowing the stakes were higher than ever, assembled a team of the Gaia Guardians' most skilled operatives. Together, they embarked on a perilous mission to infiltrate the Syndicate's stronghold, locate the doomsday device, and prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. As they journeyed through the uncharted territories of the Orion Nebula, the Gaia Guardians encountered treacherous obstacles and unforeseen dangers. They battled Syndicate mercenaries, navigated treacherous asteroid fields, and faced the harsh realities of a galaxy gripped by conflict. But they also discovered unexpected allies. On a desolate moon, they encountered a group of exiled scientists, who had been cast out by the Syndicate for refusing to participate in their destructive schemes. These scientists, possessing a deep knowledge of Gaia's energy and the Orion Nebula's secrets, joined forces with the Gaia Guardians, sharing their expertise and resources. Together, they followed the cryptic clues, venturing deeper into the heart of the Syndicate's territory. With each step, the stakes grew higher, the danger more palpable. They knew that the fate of the galaxy, the future of Gaia, and the survival of countless lives depended on their success. Finally, after weeks of relentless pursuit, they reached their destination, a heavily fortified research facility, hidden deep within a cavernous asteroid. As they approached the facility, they were met with a hail of laser fire from Syndicate guards. A fierce battle ensued, as the Gaia Guardians fought their way through the enemy lines, their determination fueled by the knowledge that the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. They breached the facility's defenses, infiltrating its labyrinthine corridors. They fought their way through hordes of Syndicate soldiers, their skills honed by years of training and their resolve strengthened by their unwavering belief in Gaia's power. Finally, they reached the heart of the facility, a vast chamber where the Doomsday device awaited. It was a monstrous contraption, its metallic surface pulsating with an ominous energy. As they gazed upon it, a sense of dread washed over them. They knew that they were facing their greatest challenge yet, a test that would determine the future of the galaxy. And then, as they prepared to confront the Doomsday device, a voice echoed through the chamber, a voice that chilled them to the bone. "Welcome, Gaia Guardians," it said, its tone dripping with malice. "I've been expecting you."